with intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no.
Back now on EA Sports at Camping World Stadium in Orlando. We're in the fourth quarter now as we rejoin the action. Rosas now to add the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
A throw out wide caught by Hopkins.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And as it looks right now, granted you have to include the years where the legends pick the squads, but this NFC team is going to have a chance to come away victorious for the first time since January of 2013.
It's almost going to be like you hear in college. We hear the chant of SEC, SEC all the time because they take such great pride in their conference. I think you hear the NFC chant coming from those guys on the sidelines now. We just said the first time since 2013. That's a long time for these guys, and they've taken a lot of ribbing from those guys in the AFC.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the run.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, 51 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Partner, they're up big. They snapped the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT, yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add 2 more onto that. They fake the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them, and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Breeze going to throw. Jones has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 43.
Breeze now on first down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And that's picked up by the AFC. And he is going to bring this one back. A fumble return for an AFC touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The offense for the NFC back out there. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination. Though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here now Roberts. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And it'll be a short field ahead as the AFC takes over, 1st and 10. Mahomes now on first down. It's Kelsey on the ground. And touchdown! Travis Kelsey, 47 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a... Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing again on second down. Breeze. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd and 4. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. J.J. Watt getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
12 yards on the return that time. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. Now, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their...
Travis Kelsey. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. Travis Kelce, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us. And they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
Oh, no.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He may try and run for this. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a 1st down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the AFC with the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. From the gun, it's Mahomes. The quick slant caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Still an important piece of business to take care of. The extra. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. To the right side, it's Kelce. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
On first down, Breeze. Complete to Jones. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Von Miller able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game. Absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Breeze. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And
oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Able to shake him off. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And that's picked up by the AFC.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They come out here in the eye. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover now. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when he snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, Mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the
my
stuff she used to
grandmother did the
preserve.
same. It smells terrible. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there in the drives. Starting very nicely. First down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Throwing now is Breeze. Caught by Jones. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Breeze. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Breeze. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad being pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, that make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though.
An offensive and defensive game plan. Each week, you can, once you've made your game plan, choose to start training.
16 cars in my front yard. 30 on my wrist, while I point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause I like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit on my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, while I point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number.
like that. It's a lot of money. Why?
The Nick Foles era begins in Jacksonville. It's the coach.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a room to maneuver. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field. So now the Chiefs go on offense in great starting field position. Leading them out, the reigning MVP of the National Football League, Patrick Mahomes, in his third season now out at Texas Tech. And few players have had the spotlight focused on them quite like Patrick Mahomes. But this is a guy that says he wants that attention. He's okay with a target on his back. We saw how electric he can be in 2018, and he wants to continue that into 2019 and beyond. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. They'll try and get it home with Sherman, the fullback. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. So pretty interesting. They get the opening drive touchdown. They wanted a little more. They were looking for 8, maybe something they thought about before the game started, I would imagine.
I think you're right about that. That's discussed in your staff meeting. A decision is made. I think the head coach has to blueprint it and say, yes, let's go ahead and do that. In this case, though, let's give some credit to the guys on defense. They gave up the touchdown, but found a way to regroup and keep them out of the end zone for the 2-point play.
Foles and the Jags come up now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Foles. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. And the offensive unit now for the Jaguars.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
When your defense ranks 31st against the pass, you have to make moves in order to make it better. And the Chiefs did exactly that in bringing in safety Tyrann Mathieu, who has great instincts and the ability to play both safety and nickel corner. I love the way that he roams around the secondary and brings a great attitude and edge to the locker room.
Let's go, D.
Here's Foles. Going for a right side here, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line. So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And they'll let that play, the completed pass, stand as they decline the penalty.
So do you get the sense they like their defense?
Yeah, they wanted that next down to come up.
Yeah, they weren't worried about the yardage there at all. Just what you said. Let the downs trickle away.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. Well, one underlying storyline between these two teams is that the Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, he knows a lot about Nick Foles, the Jags QB. He drafted the quarterback when he was calling the shots in Philadelphia and later would sign him to Kansas City as a backup in 2016. But Kansas City, they have won the last 4 in this series, including a 30-14 victory a year ago at the time that got the Chiefs to 5-0 on the young season.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They go play action here on first down. He finds McCoy. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. 6-0 our score after 1. From the 29, Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And there he had to break multiple tackles to earn that touchdown, bottom line. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. Oh, look at that. And now running right through it. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus-yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. LaShawn McCoy off to the races. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level.
Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his touchdown, Chiefs.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. Normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook is intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Foles. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver was set to Valve. And now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Watch out for Hill on the return. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. That's a punt return of 89 yards as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Chris Jones breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Hill on the return. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coach. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Foles. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Mahomes now on 1st down. They complete it to Hill. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
You can't block me. You can't.
Hey, 57, 57.
Deuce. Switch. Jam him.
Fire down these two.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. As his guys continue to put this one on, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Completes it to Lee. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This one out quickly to Westbrook. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line. Foles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
It was Reggie Ragland who got him down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A 3rd down gain of 19. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Foles. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. 3rd down here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. Look at the big man rumble. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. Kansas City touchdown. And that score gives them a little more separation and a bigger lead.
A little more of a comfort zone now. They can do more things defensively, maybe take a few more gambles as they try to continue to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Lee. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Lee. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015...
It's caught inside the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Escapes the sack. Keeps himself upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation... Somebody doesn't like someone else. There is no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this minute. No, okay.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll drop to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal, And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Keelan Cole, the intended target.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
He can run for it, and he will. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. When plays break down, that's normally when Mahomes is at his best throwing the football, but as we saw, he can run it too. Last year, 60 carries, 272 yards, great elusiveness and speed, and the Chiefs obviously don't want him to be a running quarterback, but if he sees an angle like he did there, any opening, he has the ability to take it and run.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
One of the fun parts about working with you.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that one goes virtually no. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it. Well, we saw action to the final whistle in this one. Not only the touchdown.